So back in 2006, I installed this irrigation system because we have SRP flood irrigation that we're able to flood our yards with water. So here's a 6-inch valve, and it's adequate for this area here, which is the front yard, and it waters all passes through that gate over there underneath the fence, underneath the gate. The 6-inch valve is fine for this area. And this one over here, this is a small area here. And this 6-inch valve just barely gets opened when I water. Now this valve over here, I also put a 6-inch valve in. And it was not adequate. It wouldn't fill this area up. I usually get about 2 hours. I mean, it would work. But if I got full in the front yards, I could close those valves, and then this one wouldn't flow enough because the entire flow wouldn't come through this 6-inch valve. So that was the way it was for 17 years. I was able to water. I mean, I got by, and that was my mistake when I first built this system. And always I'm worried about how much it costs, and you can imagine this valve is way less expensive than that valve. So I mean, I thought it would be enough, and I kind of wish that I could have put a 10-inch valve over here. Oh, I didn't know there was a party going on. So I trenched all along the front of this property here. I hired some help to trench, and it was either that or rent a digger, and it was the same price. So I figured I'd spread the wealth rather than just give it to some rental company. So they dug it all out. I installed the pipe. It's 10-inch pipe. The previous owner, next door neighbors, they installed a legitimate irrigation system, and this is their header. This is what you call a header right here. So they installed this, and then there was a heavy duty sewer pipe, 10-inch, went all the way down that way until the end of this well. So there was no ditch, and then I had a ditch. It was an open ditch until I put my system in there, and then we buried it. But these pipes didn't match, but this one had a flanged gasket on it, and I put my pipe in there, but it leaked, and it leaked for that whole entire time, those 17 years. So I finally fixed that. So every time I'd irrigate, and then my valve would back up, so the water would have pressure right here, and then it would just have to go somewhere. So the neighbor, I guess, absorbed it all, or I don't know where it went. I just didn't get it all. So that's the reason that was one of the reasons I wanted to fix this area here. I needed a valve, a 10-inch valve, and then this leaked, so I wanted to fix that. So that was the purpose of this whole repair. And this is the new gate, the new system, which works great. I have to come and take this filter out and, kind of shake it off every time. But look, there's still water in there. I don't know what happens. You can see that filter work, all the debris on this side. All right, so that's the reason I wanted to get this done. I'll go ahead and show you that last header over there. I guess the neighbor's having a party. Look at all these cars. Holy moly. So yeah, the neighbor, he fixed up this whole entire property, and then he sold it. All right, there's my header right there. And that's the one I just finished installing. I took a chainsaw to that blue pipe right there, and it wasn't the best idea, but it let out all the water. Here's the other side of the fence right here. And you can see right there the pipe I removed. I'm just showing you right here where I had cut it. All the water's coming out. And right at the top there is where you see the flange connection that leaked. All right, here's my irrigation valve. The new valve's going in right there. You can see I'm putting a whole new pipe right there. I had a leak here because I had the other pipe that was installed had a larger outer diameter. So when I put this blue pipe into the gasketed flanged end, it didn't seal because the pipe was too small. So the other pipe was ready to accept the same size diameter as itself, and this is a different size diameter pipe on the outside because pipes are rated by the inside diameter. So this is 10-inch pipe, so depending on the strength of the pipe, the outside diameter will change. All right, so I have a water leak. I poked a hole in that T right there with the excavator. I just scraped the top of it and now it has a hole. So I gotta go right now, and I will continue this project in a little while. The method of gluing these parts together is the same as the smaller version, but these parts are way more expensive, and the glue you put on with a paintbrush. I came out here with my flashlight because I realized I didn't get any footage of this stage in the repair process. So I came out here and filmed it before I put this all together. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you the entire repair of the irrigation pipe. So I had this leak, and it was a similar kind of configuration right here, except this pipe was too big for this pipe that was going into it, and it didn't seal. It was always leaking when it backed up, and it backed up because I didn't have enough pressure when I closed two of the valves. I had two 6-inch valves, and when I closed two of them, I only had one 6-inch open, which is right here, there. And so it wasn't enough to take all the water, so I put in this 10-inch valve over here. The other trench is for water line. I'm gonna put a water bib over there in that lady banks right there. Okay, so there's the 2-inch pipe right there. I had to make that, and then I replaced that all the way to the end. Yes.
Hey, where you going.
Yeah.
Don't go in there. Stay right there. Is this a pomegranate tree?
Which one?
This one?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know though. Ask Dominic.
Dominic, is that a pomegranate tree?
All right, I'm done. I'm finished with this thing. All right, it was a lot of work, but I extended it over probably a week. So yeah, we made the connection. I had to install a new valve, and this is it. Oh shit! I fell down. That's one of my favorite questions to ask. When was the last time you fell down? You should see the people. They get to thinking, they're like, And some are like, I don't know. And then the other's like, oh yeah, no, man. Last time I fell, the fibula was sticking out of my leg. But yeah, this was fun. This was tricky right here because I couldn't get the measurement right here right. So I cut my pipe too short, and so I had to install this coupler. And I'm just gonna bury this big old chunk. I don't even know why I wanted to move it. And the last thing I did was pour this little form of concrete around the tube. Well, I also put that gate in. So what happened was this gate is made for a different pipe, so it has a specific outer diameter the inside diameter. This pipe it didn't fit into, so I had to cut the band short or make the diameter smaller, and then so I could fit it inside of that pipe. But it was not so bad because I got all this stuff to do it. I was gonna heat up the pipe and push it in there when it was hot and spread it out, and then I thought it would be easier to just cut the metal and make that band smaller. So that's what I did. I finally got water to this part of the yard. I've always wanted water this far out, but I never had any. It was always taking hoses from the house all the way to this part, so it rarely got any water. Now I have water all the way over here, and it's been great. My son did all this copper work. He does a really good job. He's very meticulous in his work, and it shows up. You can see it. I tried to keep the pipe lined up in this trench so it would be the same distance from the wall all the way down this trench. So I'm looking at it to see how straight it is. It looks pretty good. I think I'll be able to find it someday if I need to. All right, this is the end of just a dream project that I've been wanting to do for years. Because I built that system, the irrigation system, in 2008, and I knew I was going to make a mistake when I put it in. I'd had that feeling, and then So my mistake was 3 small 6-inch valves and not one big one in the back over here. So I finally got that in there, and then I had a leak in between the transitions of the neighbor system to my system. They were different pipes, so it didn't seal. So now I have water all the way over there at the lady bank. All right, here it is, finished product. Water. Water. There's the old water, and that's the old water now. New water now becomes old water. That's it. You can see the outside too. Okay, here's the last repair on my system, and it'll be very good. I'll be satisfied with it. The water line leaked over here for years, and I tried to get my neighbor to fix it. He finally did. See, there's the water line, and it was leaking in this area. And then some big old truck came and ran over that wet spot, and then moved this seal, or this where I had it sealed up against the pipe. You can see it's cracked there, so it started leaking, and it's been leaking ever since. And so they tried to repair it with this concrete pieces and such. So I'm just gonna fix it. I need to put a new gate in there anyway, so it's all right. I need to bust the concrete out of the bottom of this so it can drain, because that gate sits in the water all the dang time. Alright, I better stop filming before I drop my phone on the bottom of this. Alright, here it is. I gotta fix this thing, and I did, and I put a new gate on it, or me and Dominic did. Dominic made it all good. And then I put this coupler, and then the gate. Let's look at that. This ain't so fancy, but this is. Take this off. Alright.
Oh shit.
Nice. Got that technique down.